I guess I'd been sleeping like Vlad the Impaler for quite a long time, really. Anyway, joking apart, as I've been teaching English language, also phonetics and phonology, for many years, I've never seen such sham exercise of teaching English language and its craze, which is drowning the country these days. It's an absolute nightmare, really. So I think I should say a few words to our audience and students, if I may. Well, even more than a couple of decades ago, we didn't have such remarkable technologies that we have now. And there were not many schools, colleges, universities, other educational institutions, and coaching centers available in our country. Yet, back in the days, those who studied a little reasonably well with less resource and opportunity, of course, could have accomplished learning whether English or any other language. In spite of having everything at our fingertips today in the era of internet and extraordinary brilliant technology, the question yet remains there. What's stopping us from learning really? Still, every scumbag individual is coming up with many new ideas, techniques, and such day to day in order to teach English as if they are selling their techniques, methods, and secret recipes as products instead of teaching and training our students. And educational institutions and preceptors are ridiculously springing up like mushrooms everywhere, as it were an infectious disease in a dirty competition, and failing inadequately to provide with quality education. However, frankly, the devil literally so always is in the details that, compared to the growth of so called educational institutions and gurus in droves nationwide, except a handful of you writers, we've not been able to produce any great authors, speakers, and spokespersons, narrators, including a good many inspiring translators here in our country to take and broadcast our language, literature, history, culture, and education in English to the global audiences. Um, Rather than providing standard education and motivating our students gravely in learning, my gosh, awfully, we have turned it to a business regime exactly as we please, which is quite alarming, I must include. It's amusing that ludicrously people of a strange, risible educated society in our country mix British, American, Indian, and Bengali pronunciation, accent, intonation pattern while they speak English and create awful terrible noise. Unfortunately, they appear on screen to teach you phonetics and phonology. Meanwhile, we've already ruined the Bengali language likewise, which should be quite marked in that regard. Um, anyway, to become an expert in English language, you simply need to spend a good amount of time in learning and understanding. Have patience, practice, and indeed all of it ought to be through a good training and supervision under the experts. I think all this together must help you to reach your goal within a few months. I mean, in my experience, it does. Rome wasn't built in a day, gentlemen, was it really? You've been spending years of time and money, especially in learning, roaming from institutions to institutions and coaching centers, whereas both of you failed each other anyway. Therefore, how on earth do you think that you can learn a foreign language without affording time and cheaply with shortcuts? Well, eventually, I've got one question to ask our students. Are you really learning? Still running after the phantom of shortcuts and cheap quick learning scheme? Don't fall for the trap, gentlemen. Thank you.